Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Windsor Park. It's time for more action in the Dream 11 Nature Isle T10 tournament. Day number 4, match number 7. The weather behind is glorious, and we should be in for a lovely day of cricket today. Another doubleheader in store, and we're starting off with the Sari Sunrisers. They'll be taking on the T2 God Splashers. With us, the captains of both teams, Jelani Robinson, and of course, Tyron Theophil, and the match referee, Mr. Erickson in the gallery. Jelani, you got the coin? Heads is the call. Head it is. Tyron Theophil and the Sari Sunrisers have won the toss. What are you guys going to be doing this morning?
We're going to bowl first. We're going to put them into bat.
All right, just looking at the wicket, things seem to be have dried out a bit. Reasons behind our bowling first?
But honestly, we're just trying something. I mean, it's early in the tournament, so we're just trying things to see what we can just get started after the first 2 games.
All right, how are you feeling? Yesterday you had to leave because you complaining about some illness. How are you feeling this morning?
Much better. I mean, it's a new day, and I put that behind me, and I just keep going forward. That's basically it.
All right, and a quick word on the playing 11.
And we have 2 guys out. We got Junior Jovi out, and we got Ricky in, and Emil Gilbert in, and the other player out, Savio.
All right, so 2 changes to your squad. All right, well, thank you, Tyron, and all the best out there.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks, man.
All right, that was the captain of the Sari Sunrisers team, Tyron Theophil. Jelani Robinson, quick chat if you got the bat first on the wicket.
Yeah, we have batted first, so it's okay.
All right, quick word on your playing 11 today.
Yeah, one change, Vivian comes in for Elton.
All right, reasons behind the change?
Now, we're just trying to get the every game, just trying to make sure we have the right combinations, so we saw how it played yesterday, and we think today, could be a good day for Vivian to put his hand up.
All right, and coming off a victory, I'm sure you'll be looking to continue that momentum.
Yeah, I mean, winning is always a nice feeling, and obviously the joy in winning, so I think that is a lot of motivation for the guys. Like I said from day one, the camp is good, and today just another day for us to execute our plans.
All right, well, thank you very much, Jelani. All the best out there in the middle. So that's the news. The Sari Sunrisers, they've won the toss. They've elected to bowl first. It means that the T2 God Splashers will be batting. We'll have the first ball at 12. See you then. Sun is out in all its glory this morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Windsor Park. It's time for more cricket action in the Dream 11 Isle T10 tournament. My name is Garvin Richards. I'm joined alongside by Compton Butchon. We're going to bring you live the action here from the stadium. It's the Sari Sunrisers taking on the T2 God Splashers in the first game of 2 games on today. As I say, good morning to Compton.
I say good morning to you and good morning to listeners and viewers wherever you are on Ireland, the Caribbean and the rest of the world. Of course, welcome to the Windsor Park Sports Stadium. Of course, the weather is very different. It's bright and sunny. And of course, we expect some more exciting cricket here this afternoon.
Yes, for a change, we have lovely sunshine at the stadium. The first 3 days were plagued by the rain, but there's no rain in sight today. The sun is out in all of its glory, and it's Christmas time, so it's not too hot outside there. Perfect conditions for cricket, and we should be in for some good action today. The news from the middle, the Sari Sunrisers, they won the toss. They've elected to bowl first. So we will have Jelani Robinson and Gidron Pope opening for the Splashers as they look for their second win in the tournament, while the Sari Sunrisers will be hoping that today will be the day when they will get their first points on the board.
Yes, certainly. Of course, they've lost their first 2 games and they'll be looking, of course, to pull out the W today. But to the God Splashers, meantime, will be looking to continue on their winning streak, which they just started in their last match. Of course, having lost their first game, won the second, and I'm certain they'll want to continue, of course, on that note this afternoon.
Well, the Splashers have made a change. They've brought in a Vivian Tit, the experienced Vivian Tit, in the lineup for the Splashers. As we can see, the umpires just signaling that they're ready to go with the first delivery. And the Sari Sunrisers, they've also made a couple changes. Amiel Gilbert and Rick James in the lineup today. Junior Gervais, who struggled yesterday with the bat, misses out for the Sunrisers. So just a few moments away from the start of play.
Of course, it's going to be Kushaski journalists to begin the proceedings from the River Road end. That's the media center end. Can be quite nippy with the ball. The first time, of course, when he bowled, he was sort of ill-treated there. Didn't bowl quite well. Hopefully, this afternoon he can get it right. Restrict the batters, especially during the power play.
Well, the Sunrisers have been, with what you would say, guilty. Or I won't say guilty, but they have been struggling a little bit. They haven't picked up a win, and they haven't had their full share of overs yet in the first 2 games, 2 rain-affected matches. And let's hope that they can, bounce back today.
Yes, you are quite right on that, Gavin. That can certainly make a difference here this afternoon, especially during a 10-over period.
So we're just a few seconds away from the start. Dry outfield content, so expect it to be lightning quick. Here we go, underway, first delivery. And no, it's a false start. Dead ball signaled by...
Of course, for the left-hander, that is Gideon Pope, powerful, hard-hitting. There's a man at deep backward point, and also a man at cow corner, or deep mid-wicket rather.
Well, starts off with a full straight delivery. And Pope was very watchful on that one.
Yes, certainly. And these are the sort of deliveries that he needs to be producing to the likes of Gideon Pope, who can be so destructive. And of course, the other fielders are on about the 30-yard circle.
Oh, that's a big one. Appeals from behind and the bowler, but the umpire is unmoved.
Yes, certainly. That was a very special delivery there. the ball moved, of course, cutting Pope in half. Really was searching for that particular delivery, and he himself can't even believe, he was totally bewildered by that. Doing some gardening at the moment.
But pass between the stump and the bat. So Pope was a little bit late coming down on that. Luckily, didn't disturb the off stump. And they will get the quick single there. So off the mark, they've opened their account, the Tito God Splashers. We into the first of 4 overs in the power play. And during this time, you only have 2 fielders outside the circle. And the batters try their best to get the boundary balls. You can see we have a few visitors in the stands already this morning. There are 2 cruise ships in port, so some of the visitors coming to enjoy some lovely cricket here at the stadium. That's a good stop there, but can't prevent the single.
Yes, certainly. Wouldn't be surprised if these are from the UK. Most times the other ones will trickle in, seeing that cricket is part of their culture. Or perhaps New Zealand.
Well, it's been a very good over so far from Krzyzewski John Lewis. And almost had a cotton ball there.
Yes, really making the effort there, trying to convert this one into a catch. It's a very good effort there by Krzyzewski. Really dived forward, trying to create something. And that's the sort of effort that you need to see, especially in this version of cricket.
Well, it looked like it dropped just short of him there, just looking at the replay. But still good effort. And just the 2 runs off the over. So if he can end with a dot ball or a single, that'll be a very excellent start for the Sari Sunrisers. Good slower ball. And it'll just be 1. So end of the first over. 3 on the board. And the Sari Sunrisers will be quite happy with that first over, Compton.
Yes, indeed. They bowled very well. Of course, they were varying their deliveries quite nicely. Just have Pope guessing a bit, the slower ball, moving the ball off the surface, off the good length, and so Pope just couldn't free his arms, and they just didn't give him any lollipops.
Yeah, and that's key for this format of the game, that you're able to bowl different variations. Because T10 cricket typically is a batsman game. The bowlers tend to go for a lot. But if you have some skills at your disposal, you can be quite a handful to deal with.
Yes, quite certainly. So Kofi James is the man into the attack from the Billy Doctorow Pavilion end of spinner. From the island of Antigua, of course, played for the Leeward Islands. Participated in the CPL earlier this year. So he's coming into this tournament with some form.
Frees his arms and goes, and it's a maximum, is it? Yes, it is. First maximum of the game. Trap it off, thirst quenching 6.
Yes, this one was right up, pitched up delivery. And of course, Gideon Pope, being the powerful striker of the ball that he is, just drove through the line and cleared, of course, the man posted at mid-off for the maximum. It really doesn't get much better than this, Gavin.
Well, how will Kofi respond? And Pope goes again. This time it's along the ground. Glorious shot. Bullseye. Pharmacy Clinical 4. And the Splashers, they're getting on the move now.
Yes, of course, this time through point. A shot of a length, and Pope is dancing back on the back foot and cutting beautifully away. And of course, to earn them another boundary. So it's a Bullseye Pharmacy Clinical 4.
So 10 off the over, just the first 2 deliveries. The Kofi James has to rethink what he wants to do this morning. Down the leg side, just a single.
Yeah, for a slight moment, Kofi James thought that he would have had his man. Just turning this one around the corner from the center stump. That's Gideon Pope, but did quite well in doing so. Of course, Robinson now is on strike from the media center end. Seeing a slight change in the field setting. The man is pushed towards long on. Mid wicket has been adjusted.
So a challenge for Robinson, maybe if he wants to go for the maximum, he should try the offside.
Yes, Kofi James is an off-break bowler, so the ball is turning back into him. And of course, the protection was put on the boundary in the deep. One almost at cow corner and the other at long on. Per adventure, he attempts to hit with the third, so to speak.
Well, Kofi is interested, and the umpire says no. But Kofi was adamant that he had his man. Let's take a look at it. Not too sure what they were appealing for exactly.
Seems to be creating some problems there for Robinson. But that's the end of the over. And after 2, it's 14 without loss.
Well, a good comeback in the end from Kofi James after being struck for 2 boundaries in the first 2 deliveries. Came back nicely. And 10 runs off the over, yes. And it's the Splashers 14 without loss after 2. Gideon Pope motoring along 12 off just 8 deliveries. And Jelani Robinson has 1 run so far. You can just look at the bowling figures. Just the 2 bowlers used so far. Kushasky John Lewis, none for 3. And Kofi James, none for 10. So we're going to see now the introduction of Neil Payne from the media center end. And starts off with a wide.
And by the looks of things, it appears as if Payne is going to attempt the Yorkers, especially to the hard-hitting Gideon Pope. So he's going to try to squeeze him as much as possible, making it as hard as possible for him.
Well, he had to abort his run-up. That's his second bowler who's had to abort their run-up so far this morning. And you can see he's just counting his steps again. I know there's not a problem in terms of any dampness in the area because it's bone dry now. So it could be just the bowler miscalculated things, Compton.
Yeah, you are quite right on that.
Again, slow ball Yorker, but misses his line. Down the leg side and another wide.
Yes, really missing his line there on that occasion. And again, attempting to bowl this one well up. So they seem to have a clear plan as to how they are going to bowl to the hard-hitting Gideon Pope. For the second time in a row, Gavin, he's bringing this one well up. Just missed his line there on that occasion.
Third consecutive full delivery. So it seems that you're right, Compton. That seems to be the plan for Gideon Pope. Full and straight.
Yep. And he has changed from over the wicket to around the wicket to the left-handed Gideon Pope.
Well, brings Jelani Robinson back on strike.
I wonder if he's going to continue bowling from around the wicket to the right-hander. At the moment, he has gone back over the wicket to the right-handed batter.
And again, full, but Robinson is driving well. Don't think it has the legs to get to the boundary, no. But they will come for 2.
Just finding some difficulty in just getting it accurate. So instead of the Yorker, he's putting some low full tosses. The ball is moving somewhat, but it needs to really get it accurate.
So a lovely, beautiful day in the Commonwealth of Dominica. Sun is out, and for those who are watching on Facebook, perfect opportunity to make your way down to the stadium this afternoon. Tomorrow there's a big game, a massive game on between the Champion Reef Divers and the Indian River Rowers. As the 2 batters will just run the single very quickly. It's a massive game. Compton is going to be Alec Athanase versus Kavem Hodge tomorrow.
Oh, that's an interesting clash. Of course, we look forward to that. So you're quite right in inviting persons to the stadium to come and watch the action. Of course, Alec Athanase just recently on duties, West Indies duties, and performed quite well.
Well, actually, both players.
Both players, in fact.
Yeah, Kavem Hodge just back from the
West
tour of
Indies
South
team.
Africa. As Pope is driving, hits the wicket, but the bowler didn't get a hand on or touch onto it, so there's no appeals for run out. Just be the single. So both batsmen were among the runs in their respective formats. Alec picked up a half century. He also got a career best as well.
Oh, yes, certainly. Yep.
66 against England. Kavem Hodge also managed a half century in one of the test matches. Bowled! He's clean bowled! And look at this CCL stylish celebration from D.L. Payne.
Yes, that was a superb delivery there by Neil Payne. Of course, we've seen what he has been trying to do, keeping that ball well up, managed to bowl some full tosses, but this time he got this one on target. And of course, Robinson wasn't able, of course, to adjust quickly. He played back instead of playing forward, didn't have the time, and of course, his timbers were totally cluttered there at the back, and he has to make his way